All right, so today we're learning section 11.7, area of a circle. This is the last lesson that we'll learn in chapter 11. All right, 11.7, area of a circle. So the first thing you need to know is the formula to find the area of a circle. And that's A equals pi r squared. A equals pi r squared, where pi stands for what value? 3.14. R is the what? Radius. Is that the distance all the way across? No, it's only halfway. Radius is only half. So if it gives me diameter, I have to half it before I substitute in for radius. All right, so go ahead and write down your formula. So what if I had a radius of 3 inches? A radius of 3 inches. So what value did we say for pi? Times 3 squared. Now I need to make sure that I follow order of operations. What do I do first? I evaluate the exponent. 3, is it 3 times 2?
No.
3 times 3. The exponent tells me how many times to multiply the number by itself. So 3 times 3 is 9. What's 3.14 times 9? And that's how you find the area. Okay, so you take the radius, you square it, and you multiply it by your pi value. All right, so now we're solving another one. Find the area with the radius of 8 millimeters. All right, so remember, we square the radius first, then multiply by 3.14. Who got 200.96? We got 200.96. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Now in example 2, now we're finding the area of a circle. Except now, what does it give me?
The diameter.
The diameter. So my formula doesn't allow for diameter, but can I find the radius if I know the diameter?
Yes.
What can I do to it? Divide by 2. So what would my radius be? 21. A equals 3.14 times 21 squared. So a very common mistake that we'll see on homework and quizzes is you just plug in 42 straight into the formula and you forget to half it. Because remember, they gave you diameter, but your formula for area needs the radius. Okay, so you have to half it first, then square it, then multiply. Okay, so what'd you get? Very good. So anytime they give us diameter, we have to half it to find radius. Now, what did we say yesterday we can do when we have a diameter or radius that's divisible by 7? We can use the fraction instead. Do you have to? No, but it gives you a more even number. Okay, so use either or, but I want you to solve for the area of this circle. So we're not using the word problem. On this one, I want you to use the circle to find the area. All right, so A equals pi r squared. I used the fraction because my radius is divisible by 7. But wait, hold on. I thought the value was 14. Why did I plug in a 7? Because 14 is the diameter. I have to plug in the radius. Now what do? Do I multiply by the fraction or do my exponent? Exponent, and then, well, I don't know where my, it should be A. I don't know what happened to my A. A equals 154 feet squared. Now, if you used 3.14, it was a little off, but not much. Yeah, that's fine too. Okay?
I did 22.7.
All right, so now in example 3, now what does it give me? It says the radius of a circle has an area of 615.44 square yards. Now it gives me area, and I have to find the radius. A equals pi r squared. Where do I plug in the 615.44? In for A. Equals 3.14 times r squared. Okay, so I know my value for pi, but I don't know r. So now, if this is multiplication that's attached to my variable, how could I move 3.14 to the other side? Divide. Divide by 3.14 both sides. Okay, now when I divide 615 divided by 3.14, what do I get? 196 equals r squared. Now, do you remember what I do to solve for r now?
Yes.
You got to do the square root. So if it's squared, the opposite is to take the square root of both sides. So r is 14. R is 14. Did anybody get 14 before I did? Wow, very good.
No, I didn't.
Good job on the first one. All right, so here's one for you to solve. Okay, find the radius, and then once you find the radius, I want you to find the diameter too. So we plug in 200.96 for the area equals 3.14 r squared. What do I have to do to both sides to get r? Divide by 3.14. Now, when I divide 200.96 divided by 3.14, I get 64. 64. Now, to get r by itself, what do I have to do? Square root both sides, 8. Now, if the radius is 8, what is my diameter going to be? 16 centimeters. It's just double. So if my radius was 10, what would my diameter be? 20. It's just double. All right. That's everything you need to know for 11.7.